not that strong on it because
I think I make my own purpose.
Yeah.
So you kind of say you kind of believe in the objective purpose.
I suppose so. Yeah. I make my own purpose. I think life needs a purpose, but
Yeah, but then
it's up to me to decide. I don't think that's an external force.
There's no external force.
Not in my opinion, no.
So you wouldn't believe that there's a creator that brought you into existence? Or?
I mean, for me, I think I'm a guy that likes science. You know, I can see. I think a scientific explanation is what I think to be.
Or would you say like science all it means is the study of the physical world? So when you say science is a study. It has an you need a creator an all entity that is all powerful, that a necessary being.
But is a creator not a human application and explanation?
We don't say that. We say that the creator is not human. So everything you have in the world is dependent upon something.
No, but the concept of a creator is something that is a human.
No. That might be Christianity. Our concept of God is. There's a chapter of the Quran that in 112 say God is one. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد is all absolute. لم يلد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. So God is one and only. He doesn't begot, no one is given children, and he's absolute and he's incomparable. You can't compare it to anything. So the Quran is so detailed what God is and the concept of God and his attributes. We don't say God is a man or woman, and Islam actually believes God is genderless as well. So from the Christian's point of view, God becoming a man and Mary looking after God, that is not the all necessary being. So what I would say to you, the best convincing argument for you would be is everything you have in the universe is dependent. So you can't have a multiple dependent things. So at one point you have to have an independent thing that all dependent things depend upon. The necessary being, and we say that's God.
You may be right. You can't know for certain. I'm always open to it, you know.
No, but in terms of, we don't believe God is just like an absent father. We say God created the universe and everything that you see and communicated with us through prophets and gave us signs and miracles and the intellect and the rationality to know him, you see. When we say him, obviously it's just a language.
Yeah. So just to add something is that the most important thing is to teach us how to live our life. Because everybody, like we don't know what's good for you is wrong for me, what's good for him is wrong for her. So we need that being to tell us. Just like when you buy a TV or a washing machine, you get this instruction manual to teach you.
Yeah, no, I really admire religion for the code of practice, the way to live.
Absolutely.
Structure.
So what do you think of what I said, the fitrah? The fitrah is just another word for natural inclination.
Yeah.
We say all children, everyone is born with a fitrah, the natural inclination to believe in God. And it's Islam that only preaches that. No other religion that. And I think there was a professor, I think in Cambridge or Oxford, who done a research among children, and they concluded that all children are born believing God. You see, so in another word, they just concluded they just said what Prophet Muhammad has said 1400 years ago, that all children are born believing God. So like we're hardwired in to believe in God. But this is what Prophet Muhammad said, and he said it's the parents that socialize the children and turn them into the environment, turn them to Jews or Christians or fire worshippers. So I would say that's why we even use words like revert. So if you accept Islam today, we don't say you converted, we say you reverted. We have plenty of English, in fact there's 5-6 of them in that corner, all white British Englishmen that have accepted Islam, and it's the fastest growing religion on earth. So I say to you guys, revert to your original belief before you were socialized.
Thank you very much.
The great thing about it is that you guys are intelligent people, isn't it? Like I mean, Islam, it teaches you. It's the only thing differentiate Islam. It's one of the things that differentiate Islam from any other religion is that Islam encourages you to ask questions and not just believe blindly. You should. It will convince you.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I mean, the amount of people that revert every year. No. Islam is far from that. Islam actually elevates two things of you, your intellect as well as your emotional.
Yeah.
So Islam is not only emotional religion. I mean, every year 7,000 to 8,000 people roughly accept Islam. It's not all because of emotional reasons, it's all because of intellectual reasons.
Absolutely, that's the main reason.
So the Quran constantly says, don't you reflect of the creation of God? Don't you see the signs of God? And it gives you a rational argument why you should believe in God.
You will say like one of the things that if the entire universe come alone to create one fly, you know, the small fly, you will not be able to create it. You know,
Yeah, and the Quran has a lot of scientific discoveries as well that we just discovered modern day today.
Yeah.
That man didn't know, 7th century man didn't know, such as embryology, such as mountains. We only discovered recently that mountains have a deeper root.
and what we see is just 25% of the big. Like the Everest, imagine it's 9,000. At the top you see 9,000 feet, but the deep of it is like exactly.
And that's how the Quran actually is described.
There's a lot of value to be found in religion. Like there's a lot you can learn from it. Yeah, we might have.
Have you guys, and if I may ask you, have you researched Islam whatsoever? Have you read the Quran or?
No.
No, I haven't done that. No.
Can I give you guys a spark why you should read the Quran? It's very quick. Quran is the only religious book in the world, in fact in the entire world I would say, that has a falsification challenge. Do you know what a falsification challenge is? Falsification challenge is if both of you are competing about who's the fastest, what's the best way of settling it? Race. So a falsification test basically is a method that you do to find out the truth. So in your the scenario that I've just given you guys, the falsification test will be to have a race. So Quran gives you a falsification, a method of way, a challenge where you can do to know whether the Quran is from God or not.
Yeah.
And it says all you have to do is find one single contradiction. That's one of the falsification tests. Guess what? No, this challenge has never been met and still standing. 1400s, our establishment is paying millions of pounds to falsify the Quran. They can't. Another challenge is just create a chapter like the Quran. And that's for non-Arabs like me and you. I'm non-Arab. Study the language God is telling us and create a chapter like the Quran. The smaller chapter of the Quran is like 3 lines.
Yeah.
Is that small? So I would advise you guys to obviously read the Quran. It's a very miraculous book. You can get a copy literally at the front. There's one brother and other materials.
Well, we wander around.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
nice meeting you guys. Yeah, take care. Bye-bye.
That's good, man.
Oh, thank you. No. Okay. You did well, mashallah. You added your bit. Thank you. Okay.
What was the topic, brother?
No, just purpose of life, and one of them believes in God, but the other one doesn't. So we've given them a little bit of backup.
What do you suggest we say to them?
I'm looking for titles. Just say purpose of life.
I would say they
No, they think Alexander. No.